don't spill that coffee in this fucking white carpet.
I know, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I'm fired up today. Oh, we got to turn that off, right? We got to turn off all devices.
We got to turn off all devices.
Hold on. God dang it. Like,
yes,
phone
we're live right now, but we got to turn this up. Actually, turn it down.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
Let's go.
People are going to call. We got to put on airplane mode, right? I got to have like a...
When it's 10.
Okay. 10 minutes. Let's go. All right. So I am super excited today. Well, as you know, I'm always like super excited, but I have one of my favorite people in the whole wide world, not just in real estate, but you're one of my favorite people all time, right? And I got to tell you why before we get started. You are like Frank Sinatra.
Yes, sir.
You live your life your way, and unapologetic about it,
That is true. That is true.
I've watched you since you came here through the Rio Grande, and just excelled. And to be the person you are today, investor, father, all this stuff, man, it's like, yeah, this guy's just living his own life. And not on our terms, on Rudis's terms. So tell us more about that. Tell us more about your story. And
well, I have to be honest with you. I do share the same feeling. I truly believe that you have been someone with a lot of influence in my career. Ooh. And the things that I've been through with you has been
directly or indirectly
has been something that has been helping me to grow, in my business and so many things in life too. It's not all about business; it's about life.
It's about life. It's funny you say that. We spend a lot of time together in this office. I mean, when did you join this office? 2016,
baby. That's when I joined.
So we've been together for 10 years.
10 years, man.
Holy!
I had only one child, but then now
you didn't even have. Oh no, you have one, the big girl. Yeah.
Now I got 6. That's what real estate does.
This guy's got a basketball team.
You make more money, you must have more kids. It's after a day of work, you're tired, you go home.
This is a PG-13 video, okay?
Okay. Just making sure that it's,
Campeones, you hear this guy, man? No, but it's funny when you grow up with people and you spend a lot of time with people. Like you said, it's bigger than business.
It is.
Right?
It is.
And I remember meeting your daughter for the first time. I remember meeting your son. I remember meeting all the kids, man. And where you are today, I think many of our agents aspire to be there. And what I mean by that is that, again, you live on your terms.
It's true. Well, I remember when I first joined here, and I don't know if you probably do, but 2016, I was sleeping at a basement.
So how'd you get here? Let's talk about that.
I was sleeping at this room in a basement. So I had a friend that I told him, look, I take out the garbage for you. I clean out the steps. Just let me sleep in that basement, that room, and I'm going to be there with my daughter because I didn't have a place. I didn't have a job. I was new to the Bronx. I came to United States in 2013, so I didn't even know the Bronx.
How much money did you have in your pocket when you came here?
Oh, I had about $13 with 50 cents when I first came here.
Bro.
But the thing is, the thing is that I remember when I came here, and I had the opportunity to talk to you.
We got to give props to the gentleman who introduced you to us.
The one and only.
The one and only, baby.
Mr. Louis Morales.
That's right.
He was an associated broker.
We love you, Louis.
Back then.
Mad love for you, man.
And he looked great. So I thought he had money. Not so he was so suited up and I said, can you give me some work?
Right, like what do you do, dude?
He's like, I do real estate. He's got that
swag. Yeah.
And I said, this guy must be loaded.
Yeah.
And I said, can I work for you? I can do whatever. So come to my office. I'm gonna introduce you to some friends. And I remember meeting you. And I remember like it was yesterday, man, when I came in, and my English wasn't that good back then. Still not that good. I was like, hello, senor, yes, I want to work. I'm looking for work. But it's funny because we're laughing about it today, but I remember
laugh about this today.
The things that
your office used to be right there. You used to share.
Yes. I remember when you asked me, do you own a car? I said no. Do you know the Bronx very well? I said no, sir, I don't. I can see that your English is like more or less. I said yes, but and do you know how to write and read English? I said not really that good. And there were some other things.
I'm sure I asked you some other questions. You were like, no.
were looking at me. How is this guy going
This
to
is
make
not
it
going to
work?
work.
I remember going to the thrift store though with the $5 that I had and bought this jacket for $3. It was so long. My shoes were ripped, and I came here because I was looking for an opportunity.
Absolutely.
And the main reason is because I was completely broke financially.
Yeah.
A little bit broke emotionally as well.
Not mentally, though, because you had a go-getter attitude, though.
I had that. And I remember when I asked you, Sid, I want to make $100,000 my first year in real estate. And you said, well, you know, everybody wants to make $100,000 their first year in real estate.
Yeah.
And
Remember that day? Like, it was funny.
and I remember you saying, you want to make $100,000, you go out there and talk to everybody. And I remember just like going out there
Talking to everybody. I still remember the lady that you talked to at the bus stop.
The bus stop.
I remember you
flip phone.
flip phone.
She had a flip phone. She got 2 properties to sell. It's fun.
Her daughter wanted to buy a house.
Yeah.
I think she had money under the mattress.
Yeah. I took my first year 36 listings, remember?
That's
36
right.
listings.
The one listing that you didn't get is the one I went on with.
Yeah, I'm not taking you. I can't believe I didn't take that. I was like, what is this guy doing here? You know what? It was
a
great.
gorgeous house, too.
And for those that are looking at this, I did not make $100,000 my first year.
Yeah.
I made $99,700 my first year with Michael Brown. Am I complaining because of the $3 shot?
I was complaining. Where's those other $3? Come on, I gave you the plan.
So I'm very, very thankful because of the opportunity. But at the end of the day, and I'll be honest with you, and I don't know if this is going to realtors or buyers or sellers, but if it's going to realtors, we all talk about, oh, I want to help people. Back then and even now, my goal was not really, that was in my, and I'll be candid with you, I'll be honest with you, it wasn't about to be a helper. I wanted to make money.
I still remember the day you told me this, because we're always talking about our big why. And like, what's your big why? What's your big why? And everyone would be like, my children, my children, my children. And you'd be like, fuck those kids.
Yeah.
If your life sucks, your kid's life is going to suck.
Of course. At the end of the day, my kids are not my why. I love my kids.
Of course.
But there was times that I didn't get up to go to work, and I had kids. So it wasn't like, oh my God, I don't get up in the morning and say, I'm going to go do this for my kid. No, my kids are my responsibility, man.
That's right.
They're not my wife. They're my responsibility, and I owe them.
That's right.
What they need.
You changed my mindset with that answer when you told me that. And it's kind of like being on the airplane when they say, put your mask on first. They don't say, put your kid's mask on first and then put yours on, sir.
You got to take care of it. And that's why when I got into real estate, I said, well, my aim goal, and some people might say, oh, that's not the right attitude, is to make money.
Yeah.
If all you think is about money, you're doing it for, now, I have made a lot of money through real estate.
That's right. And you've done a lot of good with that money.
Yes. Throughout my career, I met great people. And I remember, man, my first 2 years, yes, you have to fake it until you make it, but it's not what you want to do all the time. You definitely want to fake it until you make it, but you still got to learn how to do it. I remember going to the closings and congratulating people for buying their home while I was taking my car to my apartment. Renting, right? And I would come here, teach people, and say, I'm going to show people how to buy houses, not owning a house.
That's right.
So for me, it was a feeling that I didn't want to deal with. And I'm not saying it's wrong, because you have to deal with whatever you have to deal with in order to get to that level.
So everywhere you need to go.
But if it's been 2-3 years, and you still telling people that you teaching them and coaching them how to buy
a house, and
you need to freaking buy a house. And if you don't know how to do it, you haven't figured it out yet. I thought, you know what, I'm okay making some money, commission, and yes, you educate buyers, but you also have to, apply that education to your life.
Like, you got to know the process. Like, how could you teach someone how to walk and you crawl?
It's like me reading a book and saying, I know how to play golf because I read 10 books.
I read
and I passed the test. You got to go out there and hit that club and, do what you got to do. So I remember 2 years later, with you guys, I was able, 2.5 years later, I remember I was able to buy my first home.
Where was your first house? You remember?
109 Landscape Avenue.
Yeah.
Gave me hell.
Yeah. But it was like a mansion, though. Like, it was not a mansion, but it was like, for a young man who came through what he came through.
That was it for me.
This was it. It was like, holy shit.
It was a piece of crap, but that was like, this ain't my home.
That's right. That's right.
And I also bought 516 Leland Avenue, remember?
That's right.
And I bought the house from Lewis, too.
That's
on
right.
Seward.
That's right. That's right.
I was a motherfucker. You got me into the business, now I'm buying you a home.
That's right. Yo, watching you, it's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like I'm blown because I know many people who've been in the business longer than you who haven't gone through what you've gone through or haven't. I think also, let me rewind. I think it's your mindset about being grateful about the opportunity.
Yes, yes.
Right? Like I think that's where it stems from.
Well, I think, it's I'm not saying anything negative out of place, but I think that when you do not grow up in a system that you got if you go to the hospital right now, they will take you in. No problem. They give you the medicine and if you don't have money, if you don't have money, they probably give you under a shelter or give you a program to help you. They give you this card to buy food, which is great. But I wasn't in a country. I was born and raised in Honduras, and I never got any of that stuff, right? So
I mean, even when you came here, though, you didn't transcribe to that. Like I remember when you came here, we cooked for you. Like you weren't like, how can I get something for free? You were like, no, I'm gonna earn this.
Right.
And everyone saw how hard you worked, and we were just like, God, we know hard work. We see when people are working hard. You want to reward them. You want them to keep showing up and keep working hard and go and achieve your goals.
At the
I
end
feel
of the day,
thankful to be part of it.
Taking action, massive action, will. And I remember going to family reunion one day. I think it was 2017, 2018, with you guys.
Pre-pandemic.
And I remember that day because this guy was like, I was like, man, this guy had it all. He said, the guy said on stage, he was a young man making a lot of money, selling a lot of real estate. He said, you know what? You don't have to be the perfect listing agent. You don't have to have the freaking perfect listing presentation. You don't have to be all knowledgeable about it. You freaking step on that gas, my friend. You drive that. You get a knock car. You step on the gas, and believe me, you step on it. By the end of the day, even if you make a mess by driving that fast, you're gonna have enough money to fix all the problems you needed. So
did all the problems you created by driving fast.
You know what? So I did.
Right.
I stepped on the gas and I made good money, and I'm still doing good. I truly believe that real estate is for me in this case is something that it's stages, right?
Yes.
I was an agent. I was, and then I became an associate broker.
And then you became a broker owner.
My own real estate company, and I was like, it's got to be there. It's got to be more there for me, not only helping people to buy and sell homes. That's why I educated myself on how to invest, how to flip houses, where do I get the money from, what do I have to do. I made so many mistakes buying properties. There are properties that I lost money, especially 109 Landscape, right? Took me 6 years to sell a house. Jesus Christ.
And how many violations later?
Oh my God, I almost go to jail.
Rose got arrested.
Freaking police officers, they were knocking on my door. Sir, you got to get out of here because all the violations, otherwise we're going to arrest you. Remember that?
You learned, but you learned the hard way. And, in watching you never seemed to crack.
Well,
you never was like, oh,
it doesn't look like it, maybe, because what happened is the way I believe I should go every day is that every situation has a solution, multiple solutions. But if you focus on the problem, you're just gonna create more stress. So the way I do it is like, if I have a problem, I'm going to enjoy the process, trying to find a solution. And if I don't, it's okay, because tomorrow I'm going to be able to get up, hopefully, and try to find a way. I believe that every day above the ground, and I don't care if you're in a shelter right now or you're living at the best, time in your life. Every day above the ground is a great day, baby.
You're absolutely right.
So you got to be grateful, but that doesn't mean that you got to be lazy.
You're right. No, totally. It doesn't mean. I'm just gonna think about things and then it's gonna come.
You have to at the end of the day take action, massive action, Mike. And honestly, I say to my.
I watch you take massive action. It's funny, like things that, like even with your construction stuff. Like I watch your TikToks, campeones, but I watch it and like you figured out how to build shit. You're like, all right, like for $6,000 we could completely renovate this whole apartment.
Saturday. Let me ask you a question. And be honest. You don't have to. What were you doing Saturday night at 11:30 p.m.? Last Saturday night.
Last
11:30
Saturday,
p.m.
I was probably pouring a glass of bourbon. I was I was probably home.
You deserve it.
Yeah, I was probably home. We had just came back from dinner at Cantinas in White Plains with my son, and
Which is well deserved. You work hard.
Yeah.
I was freaking cleaning up a freaking second floor of a house that I bought with a machine because my workers were not.
They didn't show up.
They didn't. No, they did, but they're like, we're not gonna work. I was like, I'm getting ready for my open house. And I own this property, so I want to have it perfect.
Ready. And when was the open house supposed
Sunday.
to be? The next day.
The following day. So I was 11:30 at night. I'm cleaning the floor with a machine and making sure that everything's fine. I got home at 1 o'clock in the morning. My kids were sleeping already. And I'm not saying, everybody has that driven or crazy desire to, but I wanted that open house to be perfect. Man, open house showed up, only 4 people went. But out of the 4 people,
The right four showed up. It sounded like,
2 offers.
There you go.
Asking 20% down.
There you go.
You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, for me is what can I do today to add value, not only the people that are around me, but to myself.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
Yeah, I remember I used to follow you. In the beginning, to put gas in my car. I bought a car right after my first closing.
You had the little Kia. I remember
Mike. I used to follow him in a little Kia, and he would go. He was driving a Beamer. Of course, he's driving a Beamer, right? Driving a Beamer, doing 70 and a 55, and I'm doing 55. He said, "Hey, Rudis," I said, "Mike." I called him up. I said, "Mike, you going too fast, man." He said, "Why you driving so slow?" I said, "I don't have a driver's license. I don't want to get pulled over and go to jail."
I would look at my rear view and be like, what the freak?
Oh my God, we're laughing now, but it's like.
But I love that you and I can laugh about all this stuff now, I think that's what, when you said the stages of real estate, and I think most people, when they get into this business, they expect it to be like, take off roller coaster and just up. They're downs. Like any good roller coaster, you go up, you go down, you go really down, you curve, and then you go back up again.
100%. But, maybe I just see life in a different way. Maybe I just see life in a crazy way. I live, and I'm not saying this just for people to look at this video or whatever. They might not, but I live my life, Mike, and you've seen me, as if every day that I'm able to wake up, if it was the last day of my life. So I think in the morning, what can I do today that will give me joy, happiness, or whatever, just in case that I don't wake up tomorrow. And you know what the first thing is? Dropping off my kids to school. Listening to Frank Sinatra.
You didn't say money, you said joy.
Joy.
Right? Because what can I do today that brings me joy?
That's it.
And I swear, I watch you, man. And like you live your life like
I do.
Like this joy.
I show up to school in a suit up, very nice. And one day, and the other day, I'm showing up with boots all dirty. You're full of dirt. They're like, "What the heck? You got 2 jobs? You work at Home Depot and at an office or something?" I said, "I just,
You do what you gotta do."
And if once you find that spot where you realize that being happy, being joyful, enjoying every day without thinking, what's going to happen tomorrow. Once you realize, which is very hard, by the way, you will probably appreciate the times with the loved ones more.
So this was the way you are is a learned behavior. You didn't just wake up like this and just be joyful and.
No, you learned that through life.
Yeah.
Through events.
And I know you're an avid reader.
Yes,
I've been to your house before. Your walls covered with books.
Yes, I do. And main reason is because I believe that if you keep the same information that you have right now, you will end up having the same results every day.
On TikTok.
Oh yeah, that was great. We're back live.
Back live. So what you've created on TikTok, like out of nothing, out of nowhere, dude.
Well, yeah. It was a character, Martillonator. Martillonator.
What does that mean?
It means the man with the hammer. It's a superhero, because I do real estate. I got a big Hummer. No, it's not that big, but it's
this is PG-13.
But again, my realtors, as I was saying, it's if you have been in the business for 2-3 years full time, and you haven't experienced investing in real estate, whether it's a co-op, condominium, a house, I'm not saying you're doing something wrong. What I'm saying is that you haven't learned the real meaning of real estate. It's beautiful when you go to a closing and you're the one signing documents.
That's right.
Even if you get 100% finance, 6%.
It doesn't matter.
Or maybe you use your cousin, your brother, your mother.
It
doesn't matter. Once you have a house that you can say, I live here and this is my space,
Right.
you will awaken something inside of you.
For most of us, it's for stability.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of realtors who are basically homeless.
It's true.
They don't have so how can you think clearly if your mind isn't clear? If your home is, my mother used to say, take care of home and everything else will fall into place.
So make sure that you are invested in real estate if you're a realtor, and if you're not, find somebody to help you, to coach you. Find somebody like Michael Brown.
Well, you talk to me about this all the time, but it's not, sometimes we're like, oh, I don't have the money or I don't have the deals. But most of the time is you don't have the who. And I think for you,
My first 3 homes, my credit score was over. I didn't even have a credit score because I didn't have social security. My credit score was the worst. I didn't have any money in the bank account.
yeah, nothing.
You know, I was in.
But you found the who.
I found the who.
Yeah. And I remember the day you left the office to go meet that guy. I was like,
He said, "You wanna
crazy.
I go come to the city."
That's like, you're crazy.
He told me, I want to buy one of your properties. Okay, you come to my office. No, you come to me. I'm in the city if you want to sell it to me. Most realtors, 99.9%.
What? I'm not going.
But when he said, I'm in Times Square, I said, let me go see this guy, right? And I met him.
I remember the day you
And
left here and went
it's
there.
been 10 years almost. He became my partner. I have made hundreds of thousands of dollars through profit and commission by meeting this person. I mean,
And you guys own multiple units.
right now, this property, we bought it, and we are about to make $250,000 in, what, a month and a half, right? And I'm not bragging again.
Right.
That's just money that we used to buy
To
more
go
real
do
estate.
something else, right?
But what
right,
I'm saying
right.
to you is that all you need in real estate in order to buy as an investor is that 1 or 2 people that are willing to invest their money because you know what to do, because you're willing to work hard. You're willing to get
And that's what you did. You did the hard work. You didn't have the money. You did.
You know what I was doing yesterday after the open house?
No.
I went to one of his buildings because there was water dripping from the apartment. The plumber wasn't picking up. I said, I got you. Let me go over there. You know what I did? Scrape off the bathtub. After the open house when my kids were waiting. But I didn't care. Oh, but you make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. I don't care how much I make. I care about the person that I'm with. And I want him to know that I'm willing to go that extra mile.
Partnership was important. You always did the right thing by that partnership.
That's it, man. And I think at the end of the day, once you have somebody that trusts you, knows that you're not going to screw them, and you're very knowledgeable in the subject, the doors are open, and there's no limits to it. So at the end of the day, you have to pay a price. You have to consistently keep pushing, keep moving forward. Remember that lady? I cleaned her house, the one.
Oh my God!
Plains.
You used to mow her lawn. You used to do all this stuff for free.
She would come and I would do it for free.
She still calls for this guy all the time.
And you know I've been making 6 figures ever since I got into real estate.
right.
So I could have hired somebody and say,
Absolutely.
hey,
You could have totally hired a landscaper to.
but there is no connection.
No.
People do business with people they like and trust.
Yep.
So if I send somebody over there and I don't build a rapport with her and I don't making me like me and
And
trust
she make
me,
you dinner
call
after
me
you right.
pizza.
That's
Hey,
right.
I was looking for something else and I'm just kidding.
This is PG-13, Brutus.
But at the end of the day, that is how you run this business.
Absolutely.
It's through relationships.
Yep.
It's about building relationship. People don't buy your product; they buy you.
That's
your
right.
commitment, your determination, your.
You're the guy on Shark Tank when he said, what do you do? Like, how did you get? So you quit your job and you just do this 89 hours a week and nothing else? You're like, yes, this is all I do. I eat and sleep this stuff.
That's it, man. That's
But
it.
it's so genuine, so authentic.
Your energy, and you know what? And I've been broke, and I've been having a lot of money too. Well, maybe not 7 figures yet, that's my goal.
It's getting there.
I want to hit 7 figures in a year.
You keep doing
close.
what you're doing, you will get there.
2 years ago, I was very good.
Yeah.
So and it's not to brag, because quite honestly, I live a good life, but it's just to keep on growing. More money you make, more abilities you have to help more people.
And it probably gives you something to push for.
That's right.
You know, it's not about the money because it's not like you're gonna go buy a jet. You're just like, yeah, I can do that.
Right.
I think you like the challenge mentally.
I do like the challenge, man. I had a conversation with my partner last night, and we got to cut off. But he said, "Oh, we got 2 offers in the property, right?" I said, "Yeah, I told you I was gonna stage it and get it done right in 2 weeks." He said, "Great, man, great." He said, "We're gonna make some money." I said, "Hopefully, but I want you," because he's a very successful guy. I said, "I want you to help me to write a check of $1 million out of my bank account to somebody." He said, "I'll help you to write a check. Why don't you make?" He said to me, "Instead of you writing a check, why not getting $1 million?" I said, "No. I want to give $1 million."
Because we talk about that here at Keller Williams.
Yo,
to give $1 million.
If you giving away $1 million, you got it like that.
Fat Joe, you know, you got that check. I think Fat Joe has a framed check that he wrote to someone $1 million.
Yo, once you give away $1 million, that means you got it like that. You might be able to make $1 million if you do what you got to do. And probably more. It's realtors that make a lot of money.
Absolutely.
But I want to be able to write a check and give $1 million.
And not sweat it.
Oh,
and not
like, think about it. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
How low will you be when you write in a check of $1 million? Because you just got it like that. Yeah. That's a mental state. That's where I want to be. I love the energy. I love you. Thanks for what you've done in my life. Thanks for what you're...
Campeones, let's go.
And I thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, man, it's my pleasure.
I'm very, very excited.
You normally should have been the first person I put in here, man. The energy is contagious, bro. It's contagious.
You're contagious. Touch me, baby. Give me what you got. Remember?
PG-13. No touching. No touching here. No touching.
Guys, thank you so much. My name is Rudis Rodriguez, Martionator. And faith everywhere. But live life. Enjoy it every day. Don't give an F about what people say about you.
Don't give an F.
Nobody cares. 80% don't care. And 20%
cares.
is glad it's you. Let's say 80%
no
don't care
one cares.
what you're going through. And 20% is glad it's you. So just live life to the fullest. Absolutely. Enjoy it. But most importantly, take massive action. Don't be freaking lazy.
Massive action.
Get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. If you can't, just put the alarm. Go that extra mile. Work that extra hour. If you have a job, show up early, leave late. Yeah. Don't be asking, don't be complaining. Complainers will never make it, man. You gotta be drilled. You gotta be positive.
I've never listened to you. I've never heard you complain.
No, man. Why?
Never.
Why?
Never. I mean, seriously. I'm thinking like.
No, I don't complain because.
I mean, I think you complained once that you didn't have gas, and I gave you my car.
Yeah, well, you didn't give me your car. You told me to follow you. You didn't trust me. I said, Mike, I
follow me home. Stop at the gas station there.
But at the end of the day, push forward. Keep on dreaming, but most importantly, taking action.
That's right. That's
taking action. Yeah. You know. Thank you so much, Mike, for having me here today.
Thank you.
I'm fired up. I'm gonna go make some fun.
Let's go, man. Every time I say that, they get hype.
They get hype over there. Campeones!
Campeones! What's going on? Órale.
Órale. Oh, wow.